but the safety car pulls in. It'll be NOP to take control of the pace of this green flag. And we're about to get underway here for the final time this season on the European Sports Car Championship. We are, with a long old wait, as they approach down to the start line, getting ready to go green here at Portimão, and it's a good start already from NOP, who just keep to their inside line, not pulling across until the later stages of the straight line. They don't want to hit them puddles on the inside, and already NOP have done a great job to get away here. You can see that spray just flicking up. Revolution's got a black flag to their name, so already a penalty to them, maybe a false start for them, getting away too early. And we're seeing that was the Acura going off and very wide through turn number 1. This is the trickiest section of the track because look at the spray being kicked up. This will really not help the slick tyres through this section as you climb uphill and flick it through to the left-hander. Now down to the hairpin. That's Tanner Prater there who gets up the inside. A bit of bumper to bumper. And on the wet stuff, 2 of the LMPs just lose the rear. Somebody's rounding the wall. That's another car off at the hairpin. And already, Lorenzo, the puddles are catching the drivers out in this early stage of the lap.
Especially given 3 wide. Look at the chaos right behind, involving with Delta Racing by Tri-State and some other cars. Danny Bucci, Simatalk having issues. His rear is broken from P3 all the way back. This could cause a full course yellow, a virtual safety car to try to bring this back to the pits.
Saw some chaos. We didn't actually see what happened. There's another huge impact. That is the Sahara GT car. There is Velotti in LMP3. So they've got a good chance of winning this championship. They need a lot to go wrong. Has it just gone wrong there? Paul Garney in the Sahara GT LMP3 car with major damage to his car as well. It will be that of Delta V to take this championship. We're back to green flag racing here though at Portimão, and NOP coming under a bit of pressure from Bravo Snow up and down up for first, second and third, because that's the Gazex car in this fight also. And that is Lucas driving the Bravo Snow car, currently in second place. Gazex looking to try and tuck underneath. Even better overtake here on the wet stuff through the final corner. Round he goes up the inside. He's got the run on the Bravo Snow blue car, the Gazex green and black one. On that inside line, watch for the puddles coming while you're offline. Down the start-finish straight they come. You can just see a bit of the spray being kicked up side by side into turn 1. Gazex takes second place. Just runs a little wide. That could be a slowdown. You see how wet it is when you go over the curbing onto the painted area of the track. And he's not only just lost out to Bravo Snow, he's just lost out to Tri-State and the Mermica team. So for Gazex there, it could have been the restart they wanted, but it hasn't turned out that way.
No, it hasn't. You can even see the Mermica MA70 on the inside now. Peter Helmor is going to make that overtake as Michael Simpson has a little bit of a moment on the painted area just outside of turn number 5. He's going to lose one more position and get also in danger by other people. Meanwhile, World of Sim Racing just passes by one of the Gazex cars driven by Marinko Jordanovsky, and so that's the result.
Who's that? That is the real esports car who's had a moment on the outside of turn 1. He's got on the curbing as he's turned into turn 2, loses the rear of the car, nearly collected the Alpine.
That's where the pressures are a little bit more up to optimal ranges. They are getting their laps in. They are putting the heat and the temperature. And Hugo looking on the inside of Angeloni. I think he's going to be able to make the move, even though it's a little bit of an RG between them. But Gazex passes on through, and now the other Gazex car.
For sure, move being made by the 16, it says in the chat. The Impact car is back up to P4 after it's spinning. There's Jordanovsky underneath, and through he goes. And Bravo Snow lose out yet another position. The 2 Gazex cars making moves already. Drive-through penalty for car 88.
As we were just mentioning, Impact looking for a move on turn number 1 on Fisher Motorsport, but cannot get the move on turn 1. He's going to try to put it up that on turn 3, side by side. No RG. Might get a little bit of a boost coming up the hill, going to turn 5, but that water puddle.
Yeah, all over the puddles on the AstroTurf. The Delta Racing by Tri-State car of Jesse Molina looking to make this 3 wide as they come into the hairpin. Acura on the outside, Porsche on the outside, BMW through the middle, and through the middle he goes and gets both places. What a move from the BMW M4 driver, and the Acura now fighting with the Fischer Porsche car, then into the right-hander. Fischer breaks early, he's offline, he knows his tyres will just be dropping cooler at the moment on the wetter surface.
There will be some stress in the tires. Oh, chaos on turn 3.
That's turn 1 of Pedro Marquez, who's had a moment at turn 3. Just clipped another one of the LMP3 cars. LMP2 cars, I believe it was. Let's see what happened here. So into turn 2. Doesn't touch the curb. Does on the inside. What's he going to do? Just outbrake himself? No, gets it slowed down. Oh, the Iron Lynx car spins him around as he looks for a late move up the inside and taps the LMP2 Pro-Am car. Down the left-hander. That's a big incident. There's a car bouncing. The Revolution car has had a moment. That was at the Scimitar car of Danny Buncio, I believe, was back out on track. There was a big moment there. We'll get a replay of that because Tri-State have lost out. Sorry, Alpine are attacking that of Tri-State. They've got ahead then. There's another car off coming through the exit of Portimão.
Prismatic.
And the Tri-State car now fending off the World of Sim Racing. But Alpine really taking the fight to the LMP2 Pro drivers in this race. Here comes the World of Sim Racing looking up the inside. Long right-hander, bit of a hurry up and wait corner. And through they go. No, they can't. Tuck back in, but we'll try and get a replay of what has happened. And I assume we're going to see a full course yellow potentially once again for the debris on circuit. That was a big one. That car was bouncing.
Yeah, and Prismatic stopped on the racetrack. I saw that right after turn 10 and 11. We're going to look on the replay. I think that is going to kick off on turn 5, and then it's going to continue on forward. See Arya Bass over here, sees a little bit of a moment, and boom, making moves on turn 1. Is that on the out?
Oh, late dive. Late dive. So Impact's been spun around by one of the LMP2.
Oh. People have to go as we get a green flag. So
we do get a green flag, so here we go. We're back underway. NOP with Sundstrom take the lead in towards turn 1. This is Angeloni then in the Bravo Snow car, currently P3. Iron Lynx has got through with Nathan Walter. There is a green car off that is spun around. I think that's one of the Gazex cars. It is indeed. And that is Hugo Robb, who's had a moment on the exit of turn 1. Was it on his own? We'll try and get a replay a little later on as he rejoins now into turn 3. There's another car off, and that is the Alpine. The championship protagonist of Alpine are dropping down the order. And they are off and are having to sit and wait as the Impact car's got a penalty. There is the VGTR esports car as everybody avoids him. He reverses off of line and he's now got to sit and wait for the field to come flooding past him. And this has got to be cold tyres on a damp track.
But we're going to look on the replay. NOP also spun.
Yeah, so NOP spun. We didn't get to see that. So Alpine had the overall lead of this race. Got too hot. Tank slapper. Round it goes. Kept brushed the wall. And this is now, look at this, nearly 3 wide, nearly 4 wide just up further up front. That is the Alpine car in that one with the 2 prismatic ones as well as a couple of GT3 cars in there as well. I believe is that that's the LMP2 Pro-Am car number 21. Really under a bit of pressure here, nearly getting tapped by a couple of GT3s there. Then we've got the McLaren of VR Racing's Connor Swain. That is the W2E Pro GP group. Your team nearly involved in an incident. There is 3 wide. Porsche's splitting the McLaren into the hairpin. A Bravo Snow GT3 team trying to get the move on Connor Swain. That is Igor in the Porsche. Looking now to the outside line of the quick right-hander. Swain brakes a lot later. There's an LMP2 Pro-Am involved in this one as well. There's the Frida Sport Porsche.
Arthur was actually a little bit slow and got pressured by GT3s was because he was letting one of the LMP cars, 2 cars go by in the same category. Oh, a little bit of a door-to-door action between, I think that's Sean Ung and also Paul Garney in the Sahara GT LMP3s, and Mercury managed to live.
You'd imagine so in this one at the moment. Then that's Kitsune coming under pressure from Velotti in this race for the lead of LMP3. Then up towards Portimão they come once more. Bartos in the Velotti car. On the curb round he goes. He's just taken a little too much curb there and it lights up the rear. The curbs are still so very lethal in places around this track, and that'll put Velotti down the order. They go once more as they head towards Portimão through Craig Jones up towards Portimão of turn 10 and 11. Quadash of Ryan Stringer having a look up the inside of the Fischer Porsche. That'll become the outside for the next part of the track. Porsche's still there. Contact made and pretty inevitable, I say, as the Acura manages to not hit the back of both of them. And Connor Botting goes right around.
it ended up in tears. That's a little bit unfortunate, but we saw this action coming hot between those cars as Richie Chowan is going to have a little bit of momentum going to the final corner, and Quadash, I think it is one of the issues that we saw at the start of the race. I think they were involved in one of those issues.
Sorry, Lorenzo, Vortex. Michael Van Look has had a huge moment somewhere. I don't think there's another car involved. I haven't seen one. That is up at Portimão corner, turn 10 and 11. What has happened to Van Look here then? So let's see, he's all on his own. Impact are a little bit further back. They've closed the gap really quick to Vortex here. On the brakes, hits the curb. You see the spray of the puddle. And it just then aquaplaned off, under braking, and around he went. He's done well not to put that in the wall. In the LMP3 category, a lap down on the leader of that category. Oh, the Delta Racing car. It's just had a big off on the exit of turn 3, coming up the hill into turn 4. Did he keep it out the wall? It looks like he has. And we'll try and see what has happened there to the Delta Racing by Tri-State car there. And that is the Fisher and the Quadash car, with Alpine being caught up in an incident out of turn 3. So what has happened all of a sudden? Turn 3, and it's all started to get exciting again. He just loses the rear just as he kind of flicks it to the right to come up the hill to the left. Did hit the wall hard on that right hand side, and then here's Ryan Stringer in the Quadash car. Looks up the inside a little late on the brakes, going to tap the rear of the Porsche, and rounding and gives him another little tap and loses the front bumper once again. That also puts the Prismatic and Alpine car in a spot of bother there as well. But yeah, Quadash, day late and $1 short on that one. A lock up there from the car in front. Luckily, though, he goes deep. That'll help him cover the inside liner. Windscreen wipers on as the car in front went through a little puddle. That would have put a few raindrops on the windscreen. And are we going to have a look again down into the hairpin? Pulls to the left, pulls back to the right. Is Kitsune going to outbrake himself again here? Locks up on the exit. That's going to cost him a little bit of momentum. And a slide for Berry that has put him into the side of the Kitsune car. Still side by side they go. 2 hours on the clock. He's going to have to yield that one round the long way of the right-hander. Doesn't yield it. Still fighting in there hard. And once again around the right-hand bend. Up the hill they come. What a move from Pierce Berry. Round the outside of 2 corners. Job done. And we'll see what happens. NOP have just been into the pits. They've came out of the pits and are P7. So they was P10 after their first pit stop. They're now P7. Marcus Beifeld still in the car. Who is on a lap, and at what stage of the circuit they are. So the Bravo Snow car looks like we've had one retirement from this race. But we'll see if they're just in. It doesn't say they're in the pit lane, so yeah, that's a shame to have lost them. Team Rex car. Where is the Team Rex car? So does Mercury have its own moment again? Yep, drops the rear over the curb, and as he spins around, he rolls it backwards. And this is why drivers, in my opinion, should try and hold their brakes, because he's just rolled into the path there. Conditions, we are green here at for the final round of the European Sports Car Championship. Then 1 hour and 18 minutes are left in this race, and it is Connor Gibb in the NL Academy LMP2 Pro car who leads them all into turn 1. It's pretty good for the front part of this lap as we get some of the LMP2 Pro-Am side by side with the Acura there of the Impact car. That could allow Vortex to have a look. The Vortex car is a lap down on the Acura, tries to unlap himself with a lunge up the inside into turn 3. And he makes that one stick. Don't forget the tyres are going to be very much under temperature and pressure, and that is a spinner. That is Nelson Marquez, turn 1 out of for the turn 1 team out of turn 4. Round he goes, and we'll hopefully see a replay of that one as the action calms down. A little more drama there as the Rising Panda McLaren gets lapped. Well, there has been an incident. There is 2 cars off. There is bodywork flying all over the place. That is the Delta Racing by Tri-State car of João Delgado then. And that is an incident for the BMW in this one, the Frida Sport GT3 car with a penalty to its name. What happened here? This is on board with Senna in the Velotti car coming up towards the Portimão corner. Late on the brakes, it was his lockup that has hit the Team Rex LMP2, LMP3 and the Delta Racing by Tri-State. We saw the puff of tyre smoke. Galloway, now you obviously released the calendar yesterday as we see the water being kicked up over the curb there by the Impact car. We saw the calendar release yesterday. April is the is go time for round number 1 again at Barcelona, the Circuit de Catalunya. A lot to do over this off season now, isn't there, to get it ready for next season?
Yeah, it really never stops. You know, it's been a very successful season.
2 seconds,
Good
Chris,
question.
before you answer that one. The Myrmica car's looking up the inside of the NL Academy into turn 3. This has allowed Beifeld to have a look around the outside into turn 4. NL Academy get the run back. They're in the lead once again. Down the back straight they come. Beifeld trying to squeeze this one to make it 3 wide. And the NL Academy, we have that inside line into the hairpin corner. There you go. Myrmica right around the outside. Can't get it done. They're now under pressure from Beifeld in the NOP car once again as they come up into turn 5 and 6. This could go any way. And NOP right around the outside into P2. Not yet, because Myrmica's still got a nose just in there. And they're still hanging on for this one. But Marcus Beifeld takes second place. What a bit of racing that was.
Wow.
Marcus Beifeld there was just having a look into turn 1.
Exciting
And
here.
oh, being put under pressure, and that has pushed the NOP car a little bit wide. That is the Tri-State number 3 car, who now moves up into 3rd place. The Myrmica gets on the flasher button and was very disgruntled, I assume, with that move from the Tri-State car into turn 3. And we are now NL Academy from NOP, from Tri-State. The Iron Lynx car is not on this train yet. It's nearly at the back of the train. But what a battle on track we've got at the moment, Lorenzo. This is absolutely fantastic on the restart. Yes, he's going to look up the inside line, but it won't be the best line then into turn 13, because NL Academy will have that inside line for the long right-hander. Can Marcus Beifeld sweep it around the outside? Loses momentum. Little bit of a slide on the rear as Tri-State absolutely trying everything. You saw the damp moisture being pushed up into the air as he went over the curb. And for Bart there in the Tri-State car, just lost the momentum onto the start straight. There you go. And already trying to break the slipstream is the NL Academy car over Marcus Beifeld as they head down towards turn number 1. Yet again, Tri-State go a little bit more defensive over that of the Myrmica car, and they all managed to stay as they were. But Marcus Beifeld is giving everything he's got with 1 hour and 6 minutes left in this race. Round the outside of turn 3, not going to happen there for him. Get it set up through turn 4. You've got the back straight in the slipstream. Down towards turn 5 hairpin they go again. NL Academy already on the defensive. This is like it's for the end of the race in the final 10 or 15 minutes, not with 1 hour to go. And Marcus Beifeld tries it around the outside line. Can he get the traction out the corner? He can indeed, because he's fully alongside. Round the outside of the little left-hand kink, in towards turn 6 they go. And Marcus Beifeld takes the lead here at Portimão.
And also late dive from Beifeld to cover the position from Bart, and also from Tanner. Is now Bart is going to be taking the advantage going there. Inside going to Portimão corner as Bart is going to be able to make the move. Is he going to stick the landing though? It's not going to be quite. Still battle remaining for second place.
Remaining for second. Out the final corner they come. Once again, Myrmica in the slipstream with that of Petter in the car to the inside. In the pit wall he nearly was. Bouncing all across the start line. Through the wet puddles he goes and into the second place. Runs deep, and that allows Gibb back through on the inside. And this brings Delta V back into play as well. What a race we've got here with 1 hour left.
What a battle, man. And Gibb basically doing a Michael Schumacher Rubens Barrichello move that was done in Hungary. And here we go once again. Turn 5 is going to be outside for Hermot. Can he basically cook him? Door-to-door action. They kind of have a little bit of contact. Door opens up for Aurelian Bieri to come on the inside on that Delta V car. This is wreaking danger, because I know Connor's defending like a hold the door. I was going to say like hold the door, and he's literally holding the door, but I don't think it's going to be enough to, stop the onslaught that Peter Hermont is doing on him right now on Portimão corner.
Well, Peter comes up the inside in the Myrmica car at the Portimão corner then. It is still rubbing, still touching nearly onto the gravel. Is the NL Academy of Connor Gibb, and the Delta V car team must be closing their eyes and peeking through their fingers, because they can't bear to watch what is happening. They're still pushing each other around off the circuit once again nearly, as Gibb looks round the outside on the Myrmica car. They're touching once more. Delta V are right in this. A flash of the headlights to say, get out of the way. This could cost him the championship. And the Delta V gets ahead of the NL Academy up into 3rd place overall on the circuit. And that's allowed Myrmica now to try and pull away and break this train. But Connor Gibb's going to want to fight this one back. Delta V with the Alpine car on the back of this train is hanging on for dear life at the moment.
Again.
Up in the team to beat. This is Connor Gibb, who's gone a little wide at the final corner, and this is allowing the Tri-State car to have a look at him. Connor Gibb in the green and black NL Academy car, the Tri-State car, which has now got a drive-through penalty to his name or a stop-go. I've not seen anything pop up at the top, but he's got the black flag next to his name, so that'll be a penalty inbound that we'll see come up at the top of the screen, hopefully sooner rather than later. But Tri-State now with a penalty to their name, going really wheel to wheel with Alpine sat on the back of them. Now Alpine is in the position that the Delta V car was a moment ago, and this could now be for the championship. That's a stop-go 30 for car 97. That is the Sahara GT car for an unsafe rejoin, and Alpine up the inside of both of them and gets it on a turn 5. The Tri-State and LL Academy car both went deep at turn 5. And Jesse Ado makes 2 moves in 1 corner, and he gets out of all this trouble.
Cook him up real nicely. This is textbook maneuver right there. Just being patient, find the opening, and do the overtake. Well, of course, Connor is still playing a very dangerous game. Bart goes for contact, and they split, and both Tri-State and they will limit spun around.
And Bart there just too late on the brakes in towards the Portimão corner, and that has put the NL Academy car of Connor Gibb down the order a little bit. 27 drive-through penalty for car 27. Here's a replay of what's just happened. Bart here coming up towards Portimão once again, just a little too late on the brakes, doesn't get the car turned in and into the back of Connor Gibb, and whoa, the Iron Lynx car very lucky to not collect them. No, we cannot. There's a lot of traffic. That is the Vortex Audi just in front. They're trying to put a lap on. They're going to try and split the Vortex Audi. One up the inside, one round the outside, except one was well off the circuit as he put the lap on the Audi, and he got the move done. So he's gone right around the outside of the Audi, gets the move done. So the VGTR Esports LMP2 Pro Am car has made up a position, and Hedgie there moves up into P5, but off the circuit. Questions may be asked about that one.
We need that. That's worth a replay if we can get one.
Oh, indeed it is. NL Academy into the pits. This should give the lead back to NOP. So this is what happened coming around the final corner. Takes the wider line to go around the outside of the Audi. All 4 wheels off the track, and then powers in front of the blue and black car there. And Hedgie takes the position off the circuit, you have to say. Surely he's going to have to yield that position, or a penalty may come his way, but Velotti will be very disgruntled with the way that's come about. NOP do lead this race by 5.6 seconds. The NL Academy have got a penalty coming their way, and here comes Sieber up the inside to the outside of the Portimão corner once again. Comes the Velotti car, and contact! Both are around at the top of Portimão. They've got to be careful on getting going here. They both are indeed careful. Hedgie waits for them all to go while Velotti get going, and they've both got a penalty coming their way. 2 black flags next to their names. Leinard in that McLaren leaves the door open for a Sendit to dive up the inside. There's dramas happening around the Team Rex car involved in that one, and there was another one off at the hairpin behind it. There's one slow coming back up the hill. I'm
not gonna lie, as the Pandas are still defending the position from 91, but Project 91 get around.
Oh, he might come back at them then in the turn 3 hairpin. Did they just give a bit of a kiss to the rear of the Porsche on the back right of that one? But either way, it's going to try and tuck underneath into the slipstream of Project 91. Down the back straight they come. Can he make a move down into the hairpin? Delta V down in 3rd place now. And is he going to follow the LMP2 car up the inside of the Porsche? He's going to try to, is the Rising Panda, as the Porsche has to go wide. Gets better traction though out the corner. Does the Project 91 Porsche, and he stays in 3rd place in LMGT3 and in front of the Rising Pandas. It is all happening late in this race here at Portimão. There is 18 minutes left to go. The Screeching Mooses aren't far off of these two in the background. Yeah, a big one for them as the Project 91 car now coming under pressure again from the Rising Pandas to the outside of the right-hander. Up the hill they're going to climb. The Rising Panda tries to get the up and under. Does he get enough momentum out the corner? No, he does not. The Porsche hangs on to that one for the time being. And the Screeching Mooters are just in the background here to try and also make a move for this podium. It's 3 for the podium in LMGT3. And what a race we've got on our hands here. But the Project 91 Porsche has made a mistake somewhere because he's been caught once again by the Panda Zoo nearly into the back of the Porsche into turn number 12.
Yeah, I like the fact that I don't think they have to be concerned about fuel or anything of the nature until the end of the race. It's just going to be pure, straightforward racing until the end, and this is what we want to see. 15 with less than 15 minutes to go.
Indeed, so here comes Leinard in the McLaren 720S Evo down the start straight in the slipstream. You can see he's got the momentum, the bit of damage on the rear of the Porsche, chooses the inside line. Porsche gives him a wide berth. Does the Panda get it stopped? No, he doesn't. So the Project 91 Porsche tucks back underneath, and here come the Screeching Mooses coming towards the podium position. Can the Corvette end its season with a podium here at Portimão? What a race we've had in store. Alpine lead by 44 seconds. NOP lead by a second and a half. Kitsune lead by a lap. And Impact lead by 25 seconds. But this is the fight for the podium in LMGT3. It is 3 cars, Porsche, McLaren and Corvette. What's going to happen here then as the Pandas look up the inside of the Project 91 Porsche? Contact made! The McLaren hits the Porsche off! The Screeching Mooses get through. The Project 91 Porsche, with its incident points as well, will get a drive-through penalty. So the Porsche gets penalised by iRacing for that one. And the Rising Pandas move up into 3rd. And the Screeching Mooses are now in 4th place. But surely the Pandas may be looking at a penalty for that, for the contact of spinning the Porsche around. It is all happening with 12 minutes to go here at Algarve. What a race it has been. NOP starting to come under pressure from Myrmica as well. My days, this has had everything. It's had a crazy start. The quiet middle section of the race. Look at this, here's Tri-State and Velotti going at it down in towards turn number 5, getting even more exciting in LMP3.
And it's kind of like splitting the Myrmica and also the NOP car ahead, because the NOP car is just ahead of these guys. So this is just...
It's been absolutely fantastic. We look forward to keeping this one going as well, as Bart here for Tri-State looking to get past the turn 1 car. Up in towards turn 4, is he going to get the run and tuck underneath? He is indeed. Drive through for car 59 for incident as well, so that's another drive through there. Tight into the hairpin for Bart in the Tri-State car. Has he got the momentum over the turn 1 machine as they climb back up the hill? I believe he may have, tries to cover that one off, and he does. Gets through. Nice little move that from Bart, and Tri-State moving to P4.
Issue.
Yeah, we did see that. That was at the hairpin of turn number 5. As here comes Sundstrom under attack from the Myrmica car of Zankel. Round the outside at turn 4. Has he got the job done at turn 3? Yes, he has. And Radovan Zankel leads in LMP2 with 3 minutes left on the clock. NOP strategy has not worked here, and if they want to end their championship win with a victory at Portimão, they've got to go full attack in the slipstream of the Myrmica car. The double right-hander coming up through the first bit, nearly into the back of him there, and now the second bit before they head down towards the Portimão corner. Myrmica done exactly what they need, and I think that'll be that race, that battle done, because I still think NOP are saving fuel. Look at this, Tri-State and Velotti still going at it on the final lap of the race. Velotti to the outside. The championship looks done for them. They get the drive out the corner. They're alongside this time of that of Tri-State. Velotti in the blue, Tri-State in the white with the pink trim, and Velotti up the inside into P3, and off goes Garrett Spence in the Tri-State car, but Jesse Ado wins overall, wins in LMP2 Pro-Am, and wins the championship with the Alpine by XRL team. Congratulations to them. What a performance. Kitsune did everything they had to do, did everything they needed to do. It wasn't enough to take the championship home, but it was enough to take the win here at Portimão in the LMP3 category. Good result for them. We await now, Myrmica have crossed the line to win in LMP2, and we await now the leader of the LMGT3, the Acura of Impact, 20 seconds clear with 1 corner to go. NOP just behind them for the 3rd place in category, as Iron Links are second from Myrmica in LMP2. It is then Kitsune CCR from Velotti, but Impact with Liam Kilton at the wheel win this one to end off their season in great style. It'll be VR Racing from the Rising Pandas in that due to the gaps they've got. Final race results then, provisional final race results, because obviously there may be some penalties to come in later on, but Mermica win from the Iron Lynx Racing team there, NOP or P3. Gazex in P4 from Tri-State in 5th. Turn 1 P6 from Impact. Bravo Snow, the World of Sim Racing, and then the Gazex team in P10. P11 was the Delta Racing team rounding out the back of the LMP2. In LMP2 Pro Am, it went the way. Alpine win from Gowin in 2nd. Delta V P3 from Impact in 4th. VGTR Esports P5 ahead of Velotti, Revolution, Prismatic, and then the W2E Pro Group Pro GP was at the 9th place in that one. LMP3, a pretty sweet day if you're a Kitsune fan. It went the way for you in this one. You won by 2 laps over 2nd place. CCR with Velotti, your champions in P3. Tri-State was 4th place from Team Rex. Then it was Sahara GT, Prismatic, NL Academy, Simitok, DSDF Racing, and then the Mercury team in that one as well. And in LMGT3, probably my favourite result of the day, the Acura NSX wins the race of Team Impact. P1 there. VR Racing was P2. Rising Panda P3. The Screeching Mooses was P4 from Project 91, who led for the majority of that race as well. Vortex, not the day for them, but champions last time out nonetheless. They're P6 from Quadash with Fisher, Delta Racing by Tri-State, and then Delta Racing, Frida Sport, and the Italian Job team at the back. We'll catch you in April of 2026, but from us, for now, it's goodbye.